Hello, Nate here from NMKL Trader. Good evening. It is August the 26th, Tuesday, and I just want to do a recap of today's micro E-mini NASDAQ 100 index futures, also the NQ futures as well. So what I want to do is kind of go back to the original market trend system, how I began teaching futures, just so you have the foundational principles in order to trade with success. Pass your prop firms, you name it. Okay. So, the first thing I don't do is I don't trade the first 30 to 45 minutes of the market. So, 7:15 is really the place to kind of come in here and start looking for a trade. The reason is you can see that today there was some back and forth. Now, with the market trend system, when we're trading the micro and the macro trend, and we need an alignment or an agreement, okay, buy on blue, sell on red, then we simply are looking for, on the 1 minute chart, we're looking for 40 ticks, take profit. But if you're using a 2 minute chart, your candles are going to have more momentum, and we're looking for 80 ticks, take profit. All right. Now, you can adjust your stop loss as you feel necessary. The reason for this is so that you know what, you're managing your risk. I recommend you don't risk more than 2% of your account in any given trade. Okay, that is the first thing you need to understand about account management is defining risk, and do not risk more than 2%. And as you manage that, your account management will become better. You're going to see that you're going to be more profitable. Also, you want to make sure that your win rate or profitability rate is higher than your loss rate, so that you're putting money into your account. It's just plain simple math. You got to win more than you lose to be profitable. All right. So think about that for the end of the day. Now, what we are simply looking for in today's review is for the micro trend and the macro trend to agree. When we find the agreement, depending on what time frame we're using, the 1 minute or the 2 minute, okay, that depends on what your take profit target is. All right. Now, I am working on enhancements for this version of the market trend system. This is the one I love the most. It's the easiest. It's the one that will make you money day after day. It will help you pass your prop firms. I am working on some more advanced trading techniques in here, but I want you to stick to the basics. I'm not all over the place, okay? We have some advanced traders that are coming in here, and I'm building a platform for everybody. But if you're a beginner or a mechanical trader, what I mean by mechanical is simply you know how to follow rules, but you haven't overcome the mindset or the account management yet, but you know how to trade. Okay, you're mechanical. And then once you learn account management principles, once you know how to cite a trade, stay away from support and resistance areas, then you start to become a natural or an advanced trader. Okay, so that's why I'm building the Renko system. That is why I am working on, different methodologies of trading with this. I've also have a very long or about an hour video or more going over the very basics of how you can trade this on different types of markets, different time frames. Okay, so that way you can trade it with stocks, you can trade crypto, you can trade even Forex with it. You can even do that with this scalping strategy that I'm teaching here. Okay, But without further ado, let's go ahead and review today's market with the basic market trend strategy. All right. This part of it here is the most powerful part of the system. All right. Again, don't trade the first 45 minutes of the day. Now with Heikenashi's, we can now do replay on TradingView. It's awesome. So now you can see a little bit better how this system works. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do is I come in here at 7:14, 7:15. I'm trading 2-minute charts, so I'll go a minute before, no big deal. Remember, I said 30 to 45 minutes because sometimes this trend will start sooner, but not all the time. You want to give the market a little bit of time to do this manipulation. The bulls and the bears, the arm wrestling between the what do you want to call us, retail traders versus the sharks or the institutional traders. That's what's going on here. So a little bit of arm wrestling until they all decide on what they want to do for the day and a trend develops. Us small guys, we need to just wait for the trend to develop and then jump in. That's where the market trend system comes in. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit play. And then let me set my timing down here. And when I get an agreement, I'm going to stop. I'll show you how to place the trade. When I say place the trade, I'm going to just kind of show you how I would describe it on the chart. Okay. So here we go. I hit play. Oh, I got an agreement. Let me back up one with this. All right. Let me just back up here. Okay, this is where we get our first agreement right here. All right, and also let me bring this back just a little bit because I want to play this out for us and I want you to see how we do. Now, unfortunately, with replay, you cannot set the buy stop up here. But what I want to do is go ahead and replay the market and see how you can get 80 ticks out of these anyway. But normally I would set a buy stop up here and probably take a 60 tick because of this difference here, a 60 tick take profit. But for the purposes of this, I'm going to show you how you can get 80 ticks out of the market over and over and over again. Now, the reason micros are powerful is because you can control risk better than you can with the actual E-mini, okay? Especially if you're trading on a prop firm account. Maybe you got a $50,000 eval account you're trading on. Well, this is where you want to manage risk. So we'll just use 5 contracts and we will trade accordingly. Okay, so to make sure you got 5 contracts in your replay, and I recommend you go back and use replay over and over again to see how you would have traded through the day. Even if you work, let's say you work, you come home, take a little bit of time, use this replay and see how you would have traded through that day. Because it only makes your mind sharper. It makes you better for when you're actually trading. Okay. So how you set 5, let's see, we want to set 5. Wow. Oh, it's behind me. Hold on just a second here. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, here you click on this little 5 down here and you plus or minus how many ever you want. Usually starts out with 1. If it's 1, like right here, and just plus it up to 5 on the micros. I use 5 contracts when I'm trading a 50K account. But I use the micro because all we really have to do in a 50K account is hit a profit overall of $30,000, and then you qualify on it, whether you're with Apex, Take Profit, Trader, or even Top Step. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's close that up. Put my mug back over here. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm basically going to set a, let me lose my little range thing here. And I'm looking for about, let's just see 80 ticks out of this. 80 is a good number, okay? Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'm going to buy the market here as it is. Buy on blue, sell on red. So here we're going to buy, and we are simply going to set our take profit up here, right around that. And we're still going to set an 80 tick stop loss. Well, why am I doing a 1-to-1? Because most of the time, this is going to go in your favor. When I talk about 80% or better, this is where it starts. You've got to let price run, okay? You got to let it play out. Now, let's go ahead and set the stop loss. Now, that doesn't mean you're not going to have stop loss hits once in a while. You will, okay? Especially if you get trading over in this kind of mess over here. All right. So this is the first trade for the day. We're going to go ahead and let this play out. I'm on the 2-minute chart now, and you can see that here shortly we're done. Okay. Now I want you to think about something. How long did that trade really take? 1, 2, 3, 4 2-minute candles, which if you do the math is 8 minutes, and you have put roughly about $200 to $205, it depends on the spread, in your pocket. All right, or in your account. That's profit, folks. Okay, see how I did that? Now, I'm going to let this thing play out a little bit more. We're going to look for the next agreement. All right, so here we go. Let me just kind of speed it up a little bit here. Because it's very important that you learn how to trade this first before you move on to our advanced trading techniques. Now, the other thing I want to share with you while this is playing out, I got to watch this so I don't lose an opportunity here, is we don't want you over trading. All you need is 2 trades a day. What is your daily target? What did you decide on? Okay. Is it 500? Is it 400? Is it 200? Well, only trade to your target. These are all things that I tell you as golden nuggets in the 8 golden nugget video. Okay, here we go. Let me just stop for a minute. We have a reversal, but we see that we have a sell signal, but we see that the histogram does not agree. Okay, so here we go. We're going to let this play down a little bit, or play out. Okay. And as we watch it, we're looking for our next signal here. Now, what has happened here is you see this white line. I want to stop for a minute, pause. This white line is the daily open. Okay. What was the market at 1800 when it opened earlier today? Okay. When I say today, yesterday at 1800. Okay. New York time. Now, my clock below is on U.S. Central Time, or I mean U.S. Pacific Time. So that's what you're seeing. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to let this thing continue playing out. We're going to look for another trade. Let me go ahead and hit play. Oh, there we go. All right. So yes, it's went into 3 candles, but I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate again. And you look that we got off of this bounce here, bounce off of the open, which again, that's why you want to use that market trend levels. Okay, you want to set your daily highs and from previous day highs and today's daily highs and lows, and you want to make sure that midline is checked. Uncheck the deviation levels for scalping. It We'll use those later as we become more professional, more advanced in our futures trading. Okay, but for now, I want to keep it simple, silly, so that we get the impact of the market trend system. You guys can't believe there are people that would love to have this out there. Okay, that are struggling. You are at the right place at the right time. So let me just place the trade. Let me do the 80 ticks with my rangefinder here. Okay, let's go up to 80. There we go. Let's go ahead and do a buy right here. I think I already did it. Okay, let's set that stop loss down here about 80 ticks, which is roughly 205 bucks. Okay, let's go ahead and set it up here on top. All right, there we go. And we're going to let this thing play out. Let me kind of move the market to the left a little bit here on my screen. All right, I'm going to let it play. Let's watch this. And folks, this is the dynamic reason. Wow, look at that. That we trade this. All right. Now, this one, remember earlier, it only took 8 minutes. On this trade, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles. Okay, so you're out before 10 minutes. You don't have to sit there and worry and stress over the trade, what's it's going to do, and watch it for very long. It keeps your blood pressure down for you guys that are, my age. So really helps out. That's why buy on blue, sell on red, wait for the alignment of the two, the micro trend, the macro trend, however you want to spin this. So simple, so easy, so powerful. It's all there, folks. All right, let me go ahead and play this a little bit more as we're commentating through today's market. Today was pretty much a up day overall. The markets are kind of, still figuring out what's going on with Trump's economic agenda and everything. But, it looks like they're going to cut rates next month. They do that, and we're probably going to see the market continue to rise. All right, so this thing is playing out still. Now, my target for today is going to be 3 trades. Okay. All right. We are getting, okay. I want you guys to see this. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is show you how I trade this. This is very, timeout. Let me hit stop. Let me hit stop. Stop. Okay, I can come back and place a trade. Let me do this. Let me hit. I want to go back here and show this to you folks. Okay, now this is going to zero out my counter before, but believe me, we had $410 there earlier. So what I want to do is show you that we have an agreement right here. This agreement is very crucial because normally what the rules are is you would put in a sell stop. Okay, a sell stop, a couple of ticks below the wick of the candle in a sell, below the wick of the low candle, signal candle. As soon as that histogram flips, you have that agreement. You would put it in there. Now, what's going to happen is the market would have to come down and hit that stop and continue downward towards your take profit in order to win. All right. But what if it doesn't have enough momentum? What if this is a stop hunt? All of those things that you might have learned back in the day. This could still be resistance. I mean, it was back there. All right. So this is very key. Watch what happens. Now, what we were doing is we're putting a sell stop here. Now, I can't do it with the replay method. But what I want you to understand is market has to go down and touch that. The market has to come down and touch that. That's why I tell you to use the buy stops and sell stops. That is a gold nugget you could never, ever surpass or get rid of. All right. That is account management in itself as well. To put your stop losses, put your orders in proper, okay, and your take profits. All right. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and hit play, and then we're going to continue with watching the rest of the market. Remember, I had $410 down there already. And the reason, okay, stop right here. The reason I say that is because now we have another agreement. And what I want you to do is before we talk about the next agreement, right here where we had this agreement, you see that um, we put the sell stop down here just a couple ticks below. Well, the market never came down and triggered that trade, and you would not have gotten stopped out. This, folks, is what traders call a stop hunt for you guys that have been trading for a while, okay? Or a liquidity sweep, whatever you want to name it. That's what that is. That's the big banks coming down, taking out your stops, and then just simply picking up momentum, and then they're getting ready to go into a new bullish trend. All right. I hope that what I'm sharing with you is very valuable. All right. Let's go ahead and do this replay again, or I'm going to go ahead and hit a buy. All right. Let's see. There we go. I want to put the stop loss down here at about 205. Let's go ahead and put the take profit up here. If you see that the 1 minute chart is not working for you, switch for that day, switch over to the 2 minute. The 2 minute is becoming one of my favorites. All right. But just keep in mind 40 ticks for 1 minute, um, 80 ticks for two as far as your take profit. Okay. So here we go. 410 already bagged. We're going to go ahead and hit play. Let me put this down on 0.5 so you can watch it a little bit. And we're going to see how long it takes us to win this trade or lose it, depending on which way the market goes. I know we're going to win it because I've already seen the market today. All right, now this one's playing out a little bit longer, so you got to watch it. Don't worry. All right, let me just stop it there. Now, if you look at the time, it's 11:30 here on the West Coast. That would be roughly 2:30 on the East Coast. Folks, you are done trading for the day. Stop it. Let it go. All right, because now you would have $615 in your account. Most of your 401ks will not gather that kind of money in a day. All right. But again, I just want to take a few minutes to share with you that NMKL Trader has developed a market trend system and we are enhancing it. We are a community of traders helping traders. We have a Ranko system for you guys that like to trade Ranko charts that is so professional, it'll match up to any other Ranko system out there. I guarantee it. All right. I have we call it the dog pound, okay? The Ranko dogs, or the rank, my name is Trend Dog Nate. I have a Ranko dog, David, in the group. But we want you guys to learn how to trade. We want you to be profitable. We spend time speaking with you. You can reach out to us and we'll get back to you personally. We don't care who you are. We will help you with your question. All right. If you feel like joining the NMKL Trader Discord community and you want to find out more, you can find us over at https nmkltrader.gumroad.l.membership. Okay. And that's going to help you get to our community. All right. Also, there is a monthly fee for joining us. But with this fee, you're going to get the NMKL Trader Ranko Sniper system. You're going to get access to the market trend system. You're going to get access to all the training videos that we do here at NMKL Trader. It is worth it, folks. I've been out there. I've seen all the different platforms that I think I ever want to see. It makes me sick. None of them are as easy as us. I'm going to tout that because that's why I developed an MKL Trader, is to make it so simple, so easy, yet so powerful that you, with this trading system, today you would have been roughly, let's see, you would have been 1/6 of your way to passing your eval account. Now, here's the other thing, too. These prop firms want consistent traders, consistency to become funded. And if you don't have consistency, then you're going to walk into those prop firms and you're just going to keep blowing your money over and over with either funding or getting a new account or restarting, so on and so forth. You guys that have been there a little bit, you kind of understand what I'm talking about. I went through that. We all do. Even the advanced traders go through that till they figure it out. Then they move on. All right. Wash, rinse, and repeat this strategy that I've shared with you, and do it over and over and over again. And one day you'll never have to worry about where your next dollar is going to come to pay for whatever you want to do, whether it's a trip, whether it's a new car, whether it's a new, you name it. You can be in control of your future. This is Nate. Have a great evening, and I'll see you in the trade room. Take care.